Hello and howdy everyone. Here to talk about the new film from Woody Allen, Blue Jasmine. And it was really good. In fact, it was a really good movie. Tremendous performances throughout. It wasn't as funny as I was hoping. You know, I was kind of hoping for something a little light and funny, and this is very heavy, and you know, deals with, well, mental health and love, and I would say important things. So it's not exactly light and funny. It does have a few good chuckles, you know, that come from probably being more uncomfortable than anything. It's got some, you know, very dark humor. It's a very dark film. I definitely think it's a career highlight for Woody Allen, especially late career. It's not as good as maybe Midnight in Paris or Match Point, but it's, you know, right up there. The reason you talk about this film is Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett is Blue Jasmine, and the Oscar is hers. You know, unless something remarkable happens and with female performances for the rest of the year, this is Cate Blanchett's Oscar to lose. She's amazing. Her career has already been made, so I can't say it's a career-making performance, but this is like a icon-making performance. She establishes herself as one of the world's great actors in this film, I think. Seriously, like, heir apparent to Meryl Streep, as far as I'm concerned, after this. I mean, I always thought that Cate Blanchett was good, but here she's great. You know, she's just great. Sometimes you can see her working, you know, that you know, wow, I'm watching a great actor at work. And you can see her working, you can see her, if you know what to look for, you can kind of see her technique, but that's in the same way as you can see Daniel Day-Lewis's, you know, technique. I, you know, believe that some actors are so great that they are doing things that others are incapable of, doing things that we've never seen, that they haven't found the perfect way to mask it. You know, maybe in 20 years when acting is something different, then, you know, those techniques will be totally masked. But you know, she delivers a master class in acting for the price of admission. And if you know what to watch for, then it's kind of mesmerizing in a way. Again, she's just amazing. She's basically in every scene. She, you know, is the titular character. Everyone has to interact with her. She hits every note, you know, on the keyboard. There isn't anything she doesn't have to do in this film, and she just does it magically. So it's a tremendous performance, and definitely the highlight, the reason you watch this film, outside of being a Woody Allen fan and being a Woody Allen completist and trying to see every movie he does. You know, the guy does like a movie a year, so not every movie is going to be great, but certainly to be churning out so many good movies. What, is he near 80 now? Or in his 70s at least? To be churning out so many good movies at this age, I think is, you know, quite tremendous. But, you know, I think he's just getting smarter, you know, and I think he just has a lot more to say about life and love. I mean, this is basically kind of a 90-minute lecture, guidebook on how, well, I think a lot of Woody Allen's films are like that. I mean, let's be honest, but it's a guidebook of how to deal with life and pain and the suffering brought on by love, and the suffering brought on by our own actions. Again, I think this film kind of deals with mental health, not like too directly, but there's definitely a shades of it, aspects of it there. It's about Jasmine, who is blue, who is depressed, who is struggling with her life. She married. The film is told in like the present with flashbacks, and flashbacks of varying degree. So sometimes the time shift can throw you off a little bit. Sometimes I thought, oh, okay, well now I'm back in time. So it was, and especially as the film progresses to where they meet at a point, it becomes harder to tell, if you're at the present or at the past, which is good. That's kind of a hypnotic quality, and I think representative of her state of mind. So I thought the film itself kind of married the character very nicely. Jasmine, used to the high life. She is a foster child, I suppose. Was much better liked than her foster sister. Her foster sister is played by Sally Hawkins, the brilliant Sally Hawkins. It's just amazing. Again, I think this is kind of her best supporting actress to lose as well. I love Sally Hawkins. She's in my favorite Mike Leigh film, Happy Go Lucky. If you've never seen Happy Go Lucky, I think I put that at number 1 as the best film of the year that year. I love that movie. Go rent Happy Go Lucky. And you'll fall in love with Sally Hawkins too. She's in this. She's brilliant. Kate, or Jasmine, being the more popular sister, the more beautiful sister, the more loved sister, I guess just got lucky enough to fall in, or unlucky enough, to fall in with a billionaire. A Bernie, well, I guess that kind of spoils the surprise of it, but a billionaire who turns out to be a Bernie Madoff-esque billionaire who has in fact made all of his money from ripping people off. And it doesn't take too long for the FBI to find him out. Actually, the FBI finding him out and the way that they do it is a big plot twist, so I won't talk about it. But the Bernie Madoff character, played by Alec Baldwin, who Alec Baldwin is always good, especially in these kind of sleazy, roles. He's just a great actor, but he's really good here. He commits suicide. Leaving Jasmine and their son, which she raised. She did not give birth to him, but she raised him pretty much. Leaves them on their own, and basically, no money, no reputation, nothing. So she has. So we see that life. We see all that story intercut with where she is now, and that's penniless, with absolutely no way to exist in the real world, living on her sister's couch, dealing with her sister's life and trying to control her sister's life, all the while her sister is trying to, help Jasmine but yet be happy herself. And Jasmine definitely influences her in some ways, and Jasmine is in turn influenced by her. It's a great relationship. The film is kind of about the relationships that matter. the relationships that won't go away, and that being blood. The movie's very intelligent. Again, it's a Woody Allen film, so there's nothing outrageous in terms of style. It's very straightforward. This film does not take place in New York. Woody Allen has been kind of touring the world in America in his last films. This is in San Francisco. San Francisco is beautifully shot. It maybe doesn't feel as much of a character as his New York films do, or certainly as Paris did in Midnight in Paris. But it's gorgeously shot in San Francisco. It looks good. Again, the score is like old jazz and old classical music, as Woody Allen does. And like other Woody Allen films, it's incredibly intelligent, it's insightful, it's deep, it inspires discussion, it's not easily forgotten, it's just good. Woody Allen is one of the quintessential American filmmakers. So no matter what he does, again, he does about a film a year, so it's not all going to be, fantastic. There are going to be some duds in there, but on the other hand, there are going to be some great works of art as well. So I think it's just important to see. I'm giving it an 8 if I never said that. I think that you've got to give this film an 8. I won't give it a 9 because, sometimes it is a movie of people talking, and, sometimes it's very uncomfortable. You don't want to be listening to these people. You wouldn't spend your time with these people in real life, so why would you sit there and listen to them have a conversation? So it gets a little, not boring, that's not the word I want to go for, but I just got distracted, my brain wasn't fully engaged. I started thinking more about kind of me, and instead of watching some of the scenes with the people that I can't identify with and don't care for, those being the billionaire set. But I guess who can relate, right? Who can relate? But I kind of at some points mentally checked out a little bit, but whenever I did, I still really never took my eyes off Cate Blanchett, and she would always do something to bring me back. She's just tremendous, and to watch her face in this film is she's just great. She's magnificent. Again, it's her Oscar to lose. I don't see how someone's going to come along and have a better performance than this, because I'm sure it'll be on disc before the Oscars are out, and it'll be in everyone's household, and it's her Oscar to lose. I don't really know what else to say. I enjoyed it. Theatrical experience was good, a good crowd. It's not playing on many screens in Los Angeles. I didn't have to go out of my way, luckily. In fact, I think it's only playing on 4 screens in all of Los Angeles this week. And luckily, one of those screens was near me, so I didn't have to go through too much trouble. But I don't know why it's not getting a wider release. I guess because it's such a difficult subject matter. I mean, suicide and mental decay isn't like summer blockbuster. But it's a shame. It's a shame that it's not getting more attention. Because it's you definitely have something to learn from it. It has something to say. And it's not reaching that many people, which is sad. I don't know what else to say. I'm a big fan of Woody Allen, so I enjoyed the film. I mean, even some of Woody Allen's, bad movies, I still somewhat enjoy. So I guess that's all I really have to say about it. I can't think of much else. So that's the new film from Woody Allen, Blue Jasmine. I give it a solid 8. Thanks very much.